The Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17. In this chapter, Lord Krishna tells about the three kinds of faith, the three kinds of food, the three kinds of penance and austerity, and the three kinds of charity in keeping with the three attributes of nature. He also tells about the three words Om, Tat, and Sat. Chapter. Arjuna asked Lord Krishna, Lord, those people who do not follow the tenets of the scriptures yet perform sacrifices with full faith, what is their situation? Is their faith sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic? Lord Krishna explains, listen, Parth, the faith of beings is according to their nature, sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic. As is the person, so is his faith. Listen to this in detail. The sattvic people worship the different forms of God. The rajasic worship the gods of power and wealth, while the tamasic worship the spirits and the ghosts. People who love ostentation and showing off, who are full of arrogance and lust, and who perform severe austerities motivated only by the desire to acquire things, and who do penance that is not approved by the scriptures, such people, on account of their folly, not only trouble the collection of elements in their own bodies, they also trouble me, residing in them. Consider such people to be of demonic nature. The food that every person eats is also of three types, sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic, as are sacrifice, austerity, and charity. I will now tell you about them in detail. The foods that increase the lifespan, the life force, health, bliss, love, affection, and enthusiasm. Such foods are sattvic and they are dear to the sattvic natured. The foods that are bitter, astringent, sharp, salty, very hot, spicy, and dry, those that cause heartburn and result in sorrow, grief, and illness, such foods are rajasic and they are liked by the rajasic natured. The foods that are indigestible, that are spoilt, that are rotten, that are stale, tasteless, and impure, such foods are tamasic and they are dear to the tamasic natured. Now I will tell you about sacrifice, austerity, and charity. The sacrifice that is in accordance with the tenets of the scriptures, that is performed by those who do not expect any reward, and which is done with the belief that performing sacrifice is an ordained and rightful duty, such sacrifice is sattvic. The sacrifice performed with the expectation of reward or for the sake of show, such sacrifice is rajasic. And the sacrifice that is performed without faith and without following the rules, where no chants are recited, where no food is distributed, and where the presiding priest is not paid, such sacrifice is tamasic. Worship of the devas, respect and honor for the gurus, for the teachers, for the seekers of Brahma, and for other learned ones, purity, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence. This is known as austerity of the body, the penance of the body. Peace of mind, gentleness, silence, purity of nature, self-control, and control of the mind. This is known as austerity of the mind, penance of the mind. Speaking words that are true, loving, and soothing, and not speaking words that hurt or offend others, or words others dislike, and regular reading and study of the scriptures. This is known as austerity of speech, the penance of speech. If all these three austerities, these three penances, that is, austerity of the body, austerity of the mind, and austerity of speech, if all these three are done with full faith and without expectation of any reward by a person of balanced mind, then that austerity, that penance is sattvic, it is stable and long lasting. If the penance or austerity is done to gain honor, recognition, and fame, or is done for show, then such penance, such austerity is rajasic. It is unstable and temporary, and it is not long lasting. And if the penance or austerity is done with bad intentions in a foolish way by putting oneself to a great deal of trouble, and which is done for causing harm to others, such penance, such austerity is tamasic, dark, and impure. The charity that is given to such a person from whom there is no expectation of return, which is given from the heart with the feeling that giving charity is an ordained and bounden duty, and the charity is given to a deserving person at the proper time and at a proper place. Such charity is sattvic, it is pure and pristine. The charity that is given with the expectation or in the hope of future gain, and the giving of which causes trouble and suffering, such charity is rajasic, it is passionate and with blemish. The charity given to an undeserving person at an inappropriate time, at an improper place, without much thought and with contempt, such charity is tamasic, it is impure and useless. Om Tat Sat. These three words are understood to be the symbols of Brahma, the Absolute. From times immemorial, the Vedas, the seekers of Brahma, and sacrifices have been ordained by these. Therefore, the knowers of Brahma always started the activities of sacrifice, penance, and charity as ordained in the scriptures by uttering the syllable Om. Without expectation of reward, desiring salvation, people completed and ended the various activities of sacrifice, penance, and charity by uttering the word Tat. The word Sat stands for truth and is used for truth, goodwill, and goodness, and also for authentic, authoritative, and outstanding works and actions. Remaining firm, strong, and steady in sacrifice, austerity, and charity is also called Sat. And in the same way, any of these activities and any activity done for God is also called Sat. However, any sacrifice done without faith, any penance or austerity done without faith, any activity or action done without faith, any charity given without faith, in fact, all these and also anything else done without faith, all these are called asat, untruth. And asat, untruth, gives no benefit at all in this life, in this world, in the afterworld, or for that matter, in any other world. End of chapter 17. Om Shanti 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 Om.